Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved one. So I don't know if I've done reading for you before. I do so many, so I just like to explain. I hear, feel, sense, know. They talk to me, but they also show me pictures. I call it spiritual charades. So I try to describe the picture the best way I can. They never waste a message. There's always a reason for whatever they show. So they don't always tell us what we want to know. They tell us what we need to know. This is not an exact science. So sometimes you got to stretch it outside the box a little bit. So if you hear something that doesn't make any sense, keep it in mind. You'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and go, oh, I know what he was talking about. So we're going to talk to your dad today. He's coming in, but there's somebody else following him. But all right, that man's standing back a little bit, so I don't know if he's going to step forward or not, but he's showing that he's with him. Your dad's talking about somebody, what's his name? His name's Gregory. I know he's not talking about somebody calling him Greg. He's talking about somebody calling him G. And I feel like it was a small, maybe a child or something. Maybe couldn't say his name or something. Somebody called him G. And he's acknowledging that. He says you turn into a beautiful person. And it's like he's glowing with that. He tells me you have a big heart, a big mind, and sometimes a big mouth. And he's laughing like I did when he said that. He's teasing. He said, no, he's not. He says, sometimes, just sometimes. He says, know that I always loved you. To the moon and back. Something about taking a trip around the stars. It's like he's just going up and circling the star and coming back. He said, you'll understand. He's talking about white shoes. Something about white shoes. Really, really white shoes. I don't know if you recently bought some, recently threw some away. You always like white shoes. He wore white shoes. I'm not sure where he's going. They look like female shoes, though. So I would say it has something to do with you. They don't always explain their pictures. He says we did have happier times. I wish we had made more memories. I'm glad I had this opportunity to talk to you. He's showing himself outside. I don't think there's any way I could describe this outside that it would be anything in particular that you would recognize, because he's not showing me enough. It's their show. I allow them to do whatever they think they need to. Okay. He's standing really close to me over here. I need to get a better camera, because in some cameras you can pick up some of that energy. But he's He's just like really close. He says you feel that sometimes. Now, this is my right side. Some of these cameras look backwards. You know how you just feel somebody when they walk into a room and you don't even know they're there yet? You just feel their presence. He says you feel him standing next to you. He's just kind of behind my shoulder, just a little bit. He says, it makes me want to go like this. He says you feel his presence sometimes. So if you think you feel somebody in the room, know that that's him. Tell him you love him, validate him, and ask him to show up more if you want him to. Give him permission, ask him to, and then allow him to. So yeah, sometimes he says sometimes you feel like there's somebody in the room, especially when you're by yourself, and it kind of spooks you a little bit. You should feel that loving presence though. If you get over the fear part of it, you'll feel that love that he's bringing with him, and you'll know it's him. Something about the smell of smoke. So when you get that whiff of smoke, and you can be in Walmart, outside, doesn't matter where, once again, validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him. Ask him to bring you more if you want more. Give him permission. There's a lot of times that they stand back because they don't want to scare you, or they don't know if they should, or they don't know if you'll realize it's them. Okay, he's showing me a car. It looks fairly new. It doesn't have to be brand new, but it looks black. At least it's really dark, really shiny. Somebody's very proud of this car. So I don't know if you recently got a new car or somebody close to you got this. I can't even tell what kind it is. It's newer and really sleek. Good grief. I know different car brands and I can't even tell what it is. I hear Buick, but I don't that doesn't look like any Buick I know. Okay, now he's showing, well, it looks like daylight. Usually you have bonfires at night, but it looks daylight. But anyway, he's got a stick with a hot dog on the end of it. Roasting wieners over the fire, he says. Roasting wieners over the bonfire. So I don't know if you've recently done this, getting ready to do this, or it's something you did with him. I know that sounds a little vague, but it's we communicate the best way we can. But there's a reason for him showing this. And know that if this was you, this could be a fire pit instead of a bonfire. Oh, bonfire, I guess that'd be a big one. Sorry. Know that if this is you, that you just did this, he was there. He's acknowledging that. Something about stars again. Something about stars, but not. I don't know. Don't feel like it's the stars up there. I feel like the stars down here, but not like a movie star. I don't know what he's. Do you? It's almost like they're on the ground. Like the stars are on the ground, but not flat on the ground, but kind of right next to the ground. I don't quite know what he's showing me. Do you have maybe one of those things, those solar things, and stick in the ground and has something kind of shaped like a star? Maybe at the cemetery, maybe in your yard, maybe in your flower bed, or you might have stars stuck. No, he's showing outside. I was gonna say maybe stuck on the wall in your house. So anyway, he's showing that. He says sometimes it's just time to go. says you wonder why he left. Sometimes it's just time to go. So when we come into this life, what I've been taught is there's a predestined exit point. It might be when you're 1 day old, it might be when you're 100 years old. So whatever time in your life that you leave, you were destined to leave at that time, except suicide changes it sometimes. Sometimes you're destined to do that too, but sometimes you cheat the system by doing that. But know that that timeline can waver a little bit depending on what's going on around you, but that was your area to leave, to depart. So it was already destined. Don't know why it works this way, but that's what I've been taught. That's what they tell me. He likes your hair. Whatever you've done to your hair lately, he likes it. Now, I don't even know. I have no idea what you look like or what your hair looks like. But he kind of brushes it back. So you should feel that. And it could feel like my spiky stuff. If a fly lands on that, I feel it. So it might just feel that slight. You might actually feel your hair move. It might just give you goosebumps. It might make you real warm. This is the right side of my head, so that's what he's showing me. He's over here on my right, though. That may not make any difference, but it might. And he's kind of brushing your hair back. Like if you had longer hair, I don't know if you have short or long hair, but if you have longer hair, like brushing it back kind of behind your ear. So again, validating, letting know that you know that's him. He says he's been kicking back, drinking a beer. And he points over there to that man. Now, the picture you sent of your dad where he was real slim, this man is not big, but he's bigger. He's got more meat on his bones. They look to be about the same age. Their hair color seems a little different. I feel like they're related. He says we're kicking it. We're kicking it together. Know that we're all right. He wants you to know that they're both all right. So this is somebody you know. Yep. He's going, yep. So whatever you're thinking right now, yes. Yep. He's going, yep. Because I'm not asking him anything. So he knows what you're going to be thinking when I say that. He says, when you get in a pinch, talk to me. So what was Dad good at? So when you get in a pinch, when you get, maybe you're having a little trouble with something, or you're feeling bad, or anything like that, what was Dad good at when he was here? What in life was he good at? Was he good at working on the car, or just having your back, being your daddy? He says daddy bear, being your daddy bear, or just giving you hugs and making it better, or he says chasing those dudes away. Did he chase some of your boyfriends away that he did not think were good for you? Whatever that situation is that he was really good at, call on him whenever you get in that situation. Believe me, they can do things that you won't even know that they do. They can help. They honestly can. They can open doors. They can nudge people. They can kind of push people away, stand in between you with their energy and that person. He seems to be centering on that right now. You have to show it clear. No, can't see him. A small child. There's a small child. I can't see him that clear that I don't know. Now he's got him even smaller. He was like 5-ish. Now he's got him crawling on the floor like an infant. I don't know where he's going with this. You see? He wants somebody to know that he has this child, that he's been with this child, that he has this child with him. He's a boy. I think that he knew him maybe when he was an infant, but now when the boy was older, but he didn't pass when he was old. He didn't pass when he was an infant. That's when he knew him. I cannot say that 100%. I won't try to make anything fit. Now he's showing me the letter G again, so I don't know if that has to do with this little boy. He said he's alright. Me and my bud are going to go fishing. He says when you're scared, okay, hold your hand out. I'll be there. So when you get scared about something, hold your hand out. Just hold your hand out like this. I usually hold it out to the side. Ask him to hold your hand. Ask him to be there and give you strength or protect you or whatever it is that's going on. You just hold your hand there for a couple of minutes. And you should feel in the palm of your hand, it may feel like a balloon sitting there. It may feel like really warm. Sometimes I can actually feel them like their hand is holding my hand. So sometimes I feel more than just in the palm of the hand. I just hold your hand there for a couple of minutes and ask him to be there. I do this driving down the road sometimes. If you're here, hold my hand. But then you have to really relax. Really relax. Because if you get too tense, then it won't work. He says, don't cry. Now mine feels almost like little pins sticking here, so he's getting really strong. But I don't know for sure how you will feel it, because everybody feels the energy different. You are beautiful. Stop thinking that. Daddy's got your back. Always will. Talk to me. I promise you 1,000%. They can hear you. They can see you. You just have trouble hearing them and seeing them. He said you've heard him shuffling around the house. Which part of the house? Which part? He's showing a living room. He's showing a living room, like going across the living room and heading towards a recliner. Or a big, soft, stuffed chair. It doesn't have to be a recliner. But he's kind of shuffling his feet. It looks more like he's got house shoes on than regular shoes. So whatever that sound of, soft house shoes would be going across the floor. It might be, it'll probably be very slight, so you might even miss it. But next time you hear it, you'll know it's him. Make sure you acknowledge him. He said houses are not always haunted. Sometimes it's just us. Stopping in to check on you. Because I love you. Oh, now he's singing that song. Hang on. Let me see this. Okay, so he's singing You Light Up My Light, and it's by Debbie Boone. I think somebody's had a remake of it since then, though, but um, that might even be before my time. I think they usually reference music that I'm going to know what the heck it is. So you may not even know that song by Debbie Boone. I have no clue how old you are. Anyway, he's singing that to you. So go to YouTube or something, or I use my Alexa and play the song. It'll be from Dad to you. He says, and you still do, to the stars and back. Now he's dancing. Now he's kind of going boom, chicka, chicka, boom, chicka, chicka, and doing this weird little. He said I wasn't much of a dancer. He's just kind of bouncing around, just making little. I don't even know what kind of noises. He's got a big smile on his face. He said he's been checking on somebody else that's still here too. Is your mom still alive? It's a woman about his age. Even if they weren't together when he left, it doesn't matter. They can still come back. He says, you'd be surprised where I can go now. He's peeking under your, I think it's your bed. He's like on the floor and he's lifting up like the bedspread and looking under your bed. You got something under your bed of his? Along with the dust bunnies, he says. So there's something he's peeking at under there. So you could possibly, I'm not sure if that's where he's going with part of this. You could possibly see the bedspread. It could be flipped up a little bit. It could be pulled a little bit. It could be rumpled a little bit. Now he's jumping on your bed. He's literally full-blown jumping in the middle of your bed up and down. So there again, you can find that bedspread rumpled. You might actually see an indentation there. You might feel it moving. He said he's getting even with you because you would not stop jumping on the bed when you were little. Something about you breaking the bed slats or something under the bed when you were little because you wouldn't stop jumping on it. He said he's getting even with you. And he's laughing. He's definitely not mad about it. No sense crying over spilled milk, he said. He wants nothing more than to see you happy and see you smile. I cherish you. And there's something about the word cherish that he like made real big and enunciated like really big. Cherish. Cherish you. Does somebody have a name like that? Or for some reason he's really emphasizing the word cherish. You have a picture of him somewhere in your house that has like little trinkets around it or something, some little things around it. I don't know if they're mementos, little rocks, little something next to or in front of or around his picture. Do not harbor any ill feelings towards me or others. It will only eat you up. Let bygones be bygones. Cut that rope. Let that. He's showing like you've got a boat, like with this big long rope, and it's tied around your waist. And and this boat's heavy, and it's like you're pulling it along and pulling along. You must be pulling it upstream. He's not really showing it that way, but like you're pulling it along, and you need to cut that rope and let that just float. Let that just float away. Because whatever's in that boat is bygones and old things from the past. And actually what I do when I walk by the river a lot, is I'll imagine all my shit getting in an imaginary boat out there and watching it. It's imaginary. Yeah, I know. I got bats in my belfry. And just watching it float down the river and float out of sight. Let her go. Sometimes I have to do it several times, but he's talking about bygones, though, things from he's talking about way back, way back. He says you got to quit hanging on to that. It's only weighing you down. He's showing you tied to that boat again. So imagine, just totally use your vision, your imagination, and imagine taking a big sword and ask Archangel Michael to help you. He's always carrying a big sword. I ask him to stand on my back every morning, put his wings tips on my shoulders. Ask him to help you cut this. It's a cord. You could call it cutting cords. You can Google cutting cords on YouTube. Ask Michael to help you cut this cord, cut this rope, and let that stuff float away. We get pretty smart when we go up there, but we're still not all knowing. We're not perfect. Not usually. He said he's been barbecuing. Did you barbecue recently? He's showing several people in a backyard barbecuing. Did you barbecue? Did you have the family over to barbecue? Or you're getting ready to? Maybe you did it Memorial Weekend. He hopes you will find the peace that you're looking for. Don't forget to breathe. I even have a note on my computer that says breathe, and I forget. Actually, you should breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. That's meditation breathing. You don't have to do the om and the meditating, but you usually do it 3 times. Breathe in real deep through your nose and out through your mouth. And it actually makes the little cells in your body a lot happier because they're getting the oxygen they need. We shallow breathe, and our body really doesn't get the oxygen that it's craving. And I forget to do it. Something about a speaker, not a person speaking, but a speaker, like a loudspeaker. What he's showing is like a stereo speaker, like stuck up on a wall, bigger than a surround sound speaker usually the ones I see. Okay, so they don't always show me the exact picture. Sometimes it is exact, sometimes it's not. But anyway, he's showing this speaker up on the wall, up higher. I can actually see the cord, whatever it's running to. And the speaker is crackling, making crackly noises, like static, like not working right. Snow, interference, whatever you want to call it. And he's laughing. So no, it does not have to be a speaker up on the wall. He might just be showing it so I catch on that it's a speaker. So know that if you have a speaker, it could be in your car, you could have one exactly like that. I don't know. Could be your TV speaker. It could be your Could be crackly like my computer speaker. Just know whenever that speaker starts crackling, that's him, because it's so easy for them to manipulate electronic things. It's a lot easier than moving things for them. And he's laughing. So when that happens, say, "Hey, Dad, I know that's you. Knock it off. I love you. Bet you could come back and bring me more." He wants to do the hand bump thing with you. Like, and then a fist bump. Then something about a thumb. Do it again. So I don't know if you guys had a little, I know my grandson, they have a whole boop, 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 boom, all kinds of special little I don't even know what you call it, but he's wanting to do this, then something with the thumb, maybe thumb wrestle. I don't know. It's his show. I'll let him show anything he wants to. Now he's standing behind me. He's jumping up and down, jumping, like extremely hard jumping with his arms out. He's going, okay, I want you to know that I love you. I want you to know I still love you. I want you to know that. He's got those same slippers on. They're man slippers, like house slippers, but he's jumping. So you'll probably hear this jumping in your house. He's making great effort to have it heard. He needs to put different shoes on. You're not going to hear it with these slippers on. But that's the noise you're going to hear. So he's making a great effort. It doesn't mean it's going to be loud. It just means he's trying very hard. So if you hear a bump, he's still doing it. And now he's doing tricks like he's on a trampoline. He's jumping, and then he's jumping up in the air and spinning. He goes, "Look what I can do." Then he comes back down like as if he's on a trampoline. He says, "Just remember, I love you." And you made me very happy. No regrets. It is what it is. It's the way it was supposed to be. Know that I love you. I'm happy you chose me to be your dad. I will see you when you get here, but not too soon. And he's leaving. This man's going with him. So is the little boy. So is a dog that I just now saw. A black kind of medium size. It could be larger. Looks like a mutt type dog. It's not fat. It's not huge. It's kind of a little bit longer hair. It's not real slick coated like a boxer type, real slick. It's got a little fuzzier. But this black dog is following them with his tail wagging. Okay, my dear. Sorry it took me a little longer. Sorry, I had to have a procedure done, so I was off work for 2 or 3 days. Anyway, got work to do. Get everybody caught up. Much love to you. Thank you for trusting me to be his voice. He's a very nice man. See you later. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, Oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Much love to you.